Fair enough. Um, no matter how determined you are to create wealth and make good things happen to the Nigerian people, if the current spate of insecurity is not addressed and arrested, you are going to get frustrated because people won't be able to go to the farms and hunger will stalk the land.
You won't be able to bring.
Children would not be able to go to school because of the risk of being kidnapped and all that. And you are talking about out-of-school children being a problem that bothers you so much. How do you intend, as president of Nigeria, to solve this security problem that has moved to the forefront of the problems bedeviling our country? What will you do differently? That is the question.
Now I tell you, Shehu, now I'm happy you're coming to this area. That's what you should be asking people. One, I want to let you know that there are what is called short-term measures and long-term measures. In fact, long-term measures is to address the issue of out-of-school children now and encourage the productive sector of our economy to engage the youth from being restive and being jobless. That is one, and I will tell you how to do that. Very simple and straightforward. That must be done. But on the immediate of what we're doing, we have to change our style. And to change the style, it means that we have to as quickly as possible empower the communities to become a government of their own, what I did in Imo State, that helped me check crimes, by having what is called Community Government Council. Let me tell you, if all the money spent by federal government were judiciously used to address insecurity, we cannot be talking about Boko Haram today. Most of these funds released for insecurity in this country, but the moment it starts its journey from Abuja, before it gets to Sambisa Forest, 95% of that fund has developed HIV and died, and only 5% goes into fight for insecurity. Is that what you want to do? What if we're serious about these insurgents, we should empower the communities and bring military to support them. It's not so funny to hear that less than 200,000 men or even 10,000 men, we don't even know the number of Boko Haram people here, maybe 20,000, is chasing the whole 200 million people away. Don't you think something is wrong? There's more of insider fight than outsider fight. And once security has become a commercial venture, it becomes a kidnapping syndicate. Because, once you know if you kidnap somebody, money must come out. Then kidnapping will not stop. Once you know that federal government will bring more money and bring equipment, the moment they announce Boko Haram has shot somewhere, it will not stop. I mean, don't you think this is Shehu? Now, as a senator, at least I'm aware that trillions of naira has been budgeted since I started as senator to fight crime. If that money is given to the Boko Haram people, they will stop. If we had a way of transferring the money we budgeted to Boko Haram and say we'll settle you, they will go home and never fight again for life. So it's the chain of communication. It's the long chain of what you call a self-seeking listing and benefit that is keeping this on. That's what I mean by short-term measures. But long-term measure is to address the issue of poverty, address the issue of youth restiveness, and engage our youth in the productive sector of our economy. That will solve the problem. But no amount of ammunition and equipment and bomber jet you bring to this country that will stop this Boko Haram. Because it has become business for some people. This is why the generating set suppliers will never make NEPA work. We must understand this. So display of aircraft and bomber jet will not stop this. In fact, sometimes the money in buying the bomber jet, if you give it to Boko Haram and say don't operate for 100 years, they will stop. Because they are looking for money. Am I communicating? Otidoju?
In tackling insecurity, Senator, still on insecurity, a lot of people, they've agitated that, look, this central command system that we are practicing is not working. And they've called for state policing that across the country that, look, there have been agitation, but your party in the last 8 years, they've not addressed this issue of state police. What is your own point of view about state policing in this country?
Excuse me, simply put, every crime is local. Every insecurity is local. The insecurity does not happen in every part of this nation at the same time. If it's happening, even if they say it's happening in Zamfara, it's a village in Zamfara. Everything is local, and you must follow the local method to address it. There's nothing better than community policing, not state police. There's difference between state police and community policing. So you cannot say that the federal police and the state police are two different things. It's also central command. What does it take to let us know how many communities we have in this country, how many traditional rulers we have in this country, and post a DSP or an AC to a community with some few policemen with the traditional rulers and say, look, make sure every security here is checked because you know whoever comes to your community. This will stop with immediate effect. But the people who enjoy the long chain of bureaucratic bottleneck and enjoy the dividend of whatever they get don't want this thing to work. So the best policing is community policing because crime does not happen in a state, it happens in communities. And just a few minutes ago, I was even referring to Shewun. It was what I was discussing with Shewun a few days ago in China. The same thing I was saying. So, gentlemen, we don't have problem. Our problem is that we don't even know our problems. What does it take, really? Why is we making this insecurity a big deal? Making money for contractors, making money for people who want to make money out of people's life.
That has not solved the problem. Are we journalists the one making...
Well, I'm just saying it's not a big deal for as long as we understand the simple thing. No, what I'm saying... Because if you have applied solution into this, let me tell you, do you know every family here in Nigeria is secured by themselves? Do you know every family knows how to secure themselves? So becoming at a community level, it is more effective. So I prefer community policing. And I prefer CPC. A CPC, Crime Prevention Commission, must be established rather than crime fighting. You know, Nigerians like to fight crime rather than prevent the crime. These are two different things. I'm coming to prevent it from further happening. We like fighting. We can't prevent anything until it happens. And fighting is more expensive than prevention.